what is the solution to that? What do you throw into the chrono? What goes into the hot pot here?
So I think you just look for the Invoker, but I would guess it's going to be banned by Thunder Predator. It is a good Invoker game. Deals pretty decently with some of these heroes, makes it difficult for Slardar to stick on top of them because Tornado, Cold Snap, Ice Wall, like all these different abilities when you go the Crosswex Invoker. Yep, there it is. So it's definitely just banned out immediately. They didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Stops people from playing as aggressive, plays very well against Leshrac. I mean, it ticks away too many boxes here, right?
Yeah, it is without a doubt the one pick that gives Jaguares like a pretty decent draft here into this.
That's the next pick that gives him a decent draft. Is it Snapfire? Is it the only hero I can think of is Snapfire. I was going to say he's a Witch Doctor, not really fitting into the rest of this draft here, though, as you don't play that in the mid lane. Well, you could, but you wouldn't win here. That is, of course, the goal of the Dota 2.
Yeah, it's the big issue of you have to pick something to beat Leo Styles Void Spirit in the mid lane, and they still have the ability to pick up like a Clockwork here on Thunder Predator if they want. But I think what they really need is like a hard 5. Someone that just offers some good disable. I mean, you can still put Clockwork in that role. He just isn't going to have as much impact as the game goes on. But
you know who wouldn't be bad for Jaguares here? They get rid of the Ember Spirit. Not what I was thinking, but Kunkka. You toss it out after or Zeus. The reason I wasn't thinking Zeus though was because they've got Void Spirit and Sven.
Yeah, that was what I was. I thought Zeus would fill a lot of their damage problems, but yeah, the same. I was in the same boat there with you. As I was worried about Sven and Void Spirit, and now Clockwork is even better.
Yeah, Clockwork is even better. You sound in pain as you say that, Ricky.
Yeah, I was a little bit in pain.
Give the man a Clockwork. Show it to him. Do this one for Ricky, Leo style. Come on. Actually, it's not Leo style drafting here.
No, I mean, they have a lot of options here, but 1 second left. Okay, that is not what I expected. They're going to go ahead and teach him a lesson with their own hero.
Yeah, I suppose. Void Spirit is going to be played in the mid lane, though, which makes sense to me. Okay. I mean, jumping Mini in the back line here is going to be incredibly important to this game, just being able to pick off this Zeus. Slaughter as well is going to need to find himself an early Blink Dagger.
So this is kind of what we expected the lanes to be with these 4. Was the Leo style mid, the Sven safe lane. The question, was which Leshrac or Slardar is going to be the off lane, and it looks like they're going to opt in for Sacred to be playing the Slardar in the 3. What's up?
I was reading Twitch chat.
Oh God, what happened?
Don't worry about it, my bad. These guys are funny though. All right, so Sladen on the Skywrath Mage. This one is I'm not crazy about. I do think they have a number of issues. Arcane Seal is going to be good against Benny. It's going to be good against Hane. You can set up for a number of kills. The magic damage amp is also going to do wonders with Leo style from that Ancient Steel and MJZ. So I'm excited to see how the Skywrath Mage turns out, but it's always fallen off this tournament.
It has. I think the main reason is they just picked it up here for the big silence. They feel like on Thunder Predator, you're going to hit a very early timing once again. You have this Leo style Void Spirit. You've got Slardar. Sven's probably just going to get like Mask of Madness and rush straight BKB or something as like a second or third item, just run at people. And then you have a Faceless Void who has no intention of wanting to go for like an early BKB himself. And so this silence is going to be pretty valuable this game.
Well, I'm excited to see where this one goes. I think Thunder Predator are going to be able to close this one out into a 2-0, but Jaguares, they've had moments of brilliance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't count them out. Again, this was the team that 2-0'd Infamous to get here, who came in second in the Realms Collide tournament. So this is really anyone's game. Pause is going to come out first. Just touching on it real quick, we are going to be playing on the Brazilian servers for this game number 2. The first game we were on the Peruvian servers, and everyone on Jaguares, of course, other than Benny, who is Argentinian, are all Brazilian.
I love that the pause came out so fast because all of the heroes are still in their like drop into the game phase, and if you look at the Void Spirit, he's doing his front flip still.
He does a flip as he comes in.
Yeah.
He's quite old.
Yeah, he's a nimble man. Mars with the good old classic T pose on the haters.
Void Spirit's doing something weird with his hands as he loads in, though.
Okay, hold on. We got a bigger problem here. Look at Rubik. Sir.
Oh, no.
Sir! Rubik! Where did you go? Oh, God!
The biggest case of me IRL.
Oh, my gosh.
His staff is standing up straight, but his hero's not looking so good.
It's like someone bonked him and his head like caved inside.
No more spell steal. Bonk.
I like the faces void. The pumpkin not really fitting his head well. But I'm assuming that's just because he's leaning forward. We'll see.
I mean, looks pretty. Yeah, I hope this. I imagine this will fix afterwards. He just kind of hunches over at the start of the game, I think.
Classic stuff here.
Zeus's lightning bolt animation thing is not attached to his actual lightning bolt, nor is his shield thing.
So they are. But what happens with particles and pauses is the particles like pause slightly before the actual heroes do. Like there's, I don't know why it is, but particles like freeze slightly off of like the actual item they're tied to.
I see.
Yeah.
It does look pretty funny.
I'm trying to find another example. But yeah, a lot of times in pauses, the particles from like the item will be slightly off. All right, looks like we're gonna get the readies here. Okay. Yeah, you'll see it. All right, faces void. Is your jaw sticking out the bottom? It is not. Okay. Whew. I was worried.
Here we go, though. Game number 2.
Game number 2, indeed. And, you know, Thunder Predator with the 1-game advantage so far. Pretty easy 1-0 for them already, but I think a little bit better of a draft here from Jaguares. But the question is, you know, will you be able to keep up with Thunder Predator's pace here in the mid game? I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to the Zeus. I think that's why they picked it, right? Just to try and slow down that mid game.
Yeah, slow down that mid game and pump out a bit more damage, because that's something that they lacked prior to. It's just going to be Leo Styles' job this game, though. It's going to be get on top of Zeus, blow him up. And this guy always has a phenomenal performance in the mid lane.
Leo style. He's got the ward. He did cut down the trees up here. That has become a much, you know, more favorable ward spot because you don't really ever get it dewarded, and it gives you vision all the way through the 4-minute bounties or 4-minute power runes, which is really important. So I like that spot a lot.
All right, bottom lane. We're probably going to see a. We're not going to see a skirmish top. MNZ, he's probably going to run away. So if there is one, it's going to be in the bottom. But both teams looks like they're playing terrified. Actually, MNZ, he manages to get the Stormbolt off, grabs the bounty rune. The man, he pulls another rabbit out of his hat.
Hayne could have potentially God's rebuked him before the Stormhammer. And then it would have been enough of a slow, I think, to where he could have picked it up. But I don't think he expected it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got ping advantage here too. Hayne, you got no excuse. You got to pay attention.
God, I remember when this Sven helmet came out. This thing was so epic.
And now it's just very boring.
Now you're like, eh.
You're like, oh my god, his face is under there. You can kind of see it. I still think it's pretty cool. There's an Undying one, a lot like it, right?
Yeah. Oh, courier bottom lane for Sladen just dies to the IO. He might get punished for this. They have a Slither and Crush. He's already used that tether. Nuage's one more auto attack. First blood goes to Sladen. He's like, you know, you kill my spooky mummy friend, I'm gonna end your life, sir.
Yeah. Spooky. I gotta send you the anime where the mummy comes from. MNZ, he's gonna throw the storm bolt to harass Hayne. I mean, you got to be doing it right now. As the lane goes on, Hayne's gonna have more points than God's Rebuke. It's gonna be much easier for him to push MNZ and zone him out of the lane.
Leshrac stole his courier. You can't chase this down, very fast, as Leshrac and Ma did not go for the boots level 1.
Mid lane, Leo style underneath the tower. Plays with the aggro quite well. Mini tries to throw some auto attacks off on a Leo style, but none of it really sticks. He's got the Resonant Pulse blocking all of that.
So mid lane, Mini should kind of just be able to free farm for the most part, right? Kind of what Zeus does, but Leo style as well should be able to do the same thing. And then, once Void Spirit gets closer and closer to 6, I am afraid for Mini's life, right? Is that pretty much how this is going to go?
Yeah. Once level 6 comes around, Leo style has like ultimate kill potential here. He was playing a little bit slower until he had gotten his bottle. Oh my god, MJZ manages to take down Mars, and MNZ is very low.
He's fallen low. He will end up going down to the Fade Bolt, so 1v1. Ma pretty happy about that, but he might die to the Leshrac. One more auto attack, but Fairy Fire keeps him alive. Nicely done.
Not bad. Not happy about that on MNZ, but at least he doesn't have to sit at super low HP for the next several minutes inside the lane here. And MNZ, with the money that he got from that kill, he's going to buy himself a salve, and he'll probably use it on Sven at a certain point here. Mid lane,
you can never buy regen for yourself as a 5 position, right? You're always buying regen for your carry.
Unacceptable.
Sladen again, bottom lane. Whoo, he doesn't get the vision. Fogged by the IO. He's going to find him this time. Oh, he just baited him out. 40 HP. Sladen trying to close the gap. Does get the overcharge off. We'll be able to finish it off. Benny does not get the bash, and Sladen will walk away on the Skywrath Mage with just 2nd kill. And now he's looking for the couriers. Oh, he gets one. Faces Void. Don't do it.
Did you see the other one? He's got it. No.
He did. He sees it now. Oh.
Go.
Oh, you are fast. Courier is slow. We don't care about MJZ. There are bigger fish to fry, and it's actually a chicken, but he's not going to catch it.
Bigger chicken to fry.
Bigger
unfortunately,
to fry.
Rookie. Unfortunately, that one didn't get Kentucky fried.
How do you feel? KFC or Popeyes? Which one do you like?
It depends on the day. I'm sometimes a Churches man myself.
Ooh, okay.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
You ever have Churches?
Nope, can't say I have.
I'm a big fast food guy, even though my doctor asked me not to be.
Hey, can you just stop being a fast food guy? That's 2K Kona of you. You need to be more Canadian, okay, Neph?
Yeah. Mid lane. So yeah, he changed the topic very quickly. Zeus almost at his level 6. Again, skill potential is on the side of Leo style in this lane, but given the fact that you currently have your haste rune on Mini, he might go and try and set up a kill on top. I mean, looks like it's what he's going to do.
He ended up frying the chicken anyway, by the way. Bottom lane.
Not bad.
Nah, I'm hungry.
Skywrath fried. I mean, at a certain point, Zeus is going to fry the Skywrath chicken as well.
I say, do you think Skywrath just like killed one of his own? Is that like, is that not okay?
It's not lore friendly, I can tell you that much. He used that haste to kill MJZ in the top lane, but in the bottom lane, Sacred is about to go down the Faceless Void.
The wand, or what was that? Did he have Fairy Fire? Must have been Fairy Fire. And the bottle looks like he's okay. Oh, never mind, less okay. Mini gets level 6.
I think, yeah, just communication there was a little bit slow between them. I was surprised that one didn't come out earlier because he was sitting at level 6 for that entire engagement. Top lane, about to go down here on Haim, and MZ trying to catch him. Does end up getting away, doesn't have boots though, so it's surprising that they let him run. Aiden also doesn't have boots. So.
I think the Sven just wants to farm with Mask of Madness now, right? Like, I think his game plan is hit creeps, get items, come online before Faceless Void.
It's a solid plan. I mean, Leshrac is You're playing position 5 here, but you're on a hero that can scale pretty well with farm. Split Earth comes out onto the Mars, and he's probably just going to go down after this Lightning Storm comes out.
Yeah, and he's got Diabolic Edict just in case. He does spear away the Sven, so it doesn't give the kill to the Sven, but at the end of the day, they're having a great time top.
Yep, and this is just what I was about to touch on, the fact that, yes, you are playing this this Leshrac in the position 5, but you could scale if you want. If Sven goes in the jungle and farm with the Mass Madness, you don't need to feel bad about soaking up some XP and gold. I mean, you're going to scale quite nicely. Get yourself either an early Yules or an early even Aghanims on your pause 5 Leshrac. A lot of damage can come out from that.
Leo Style under the cover of an Invis rune looking for Mini on the Zeus. He is currently stacking this hard camp. And he's walking into the dire jungle, which they don't have vision of quite yet, but MJZ gonna reveal them both. A little bit of trouble. He has mana for Split Earth. Will connect onto the Zeus. Pops that wand, but in comes Leo Style to dissimulate. They get so much damage out with those 4 points in the Resonant Pulse, and he's able to stay alive on the Leshrac.
Yeah, that is quite a bit of gold going their way. About 700 net worth swing and 800 XP. Leo Style going to take advantage of this to try and invade the triangle, search for any stacks, and he does in fact find one. Here you go, MNZ. You got the God Strength. You might as well.
Mongo tree drops for them. How many jungle items do they get from this? 3. So Faded Brooch, Keen Optic, and the Mango Tree all now picked up. The extra mana for Sven, I think he might actually hold this for now, at least until a better item drops. And then Void Spirit, of course. Really happy to find a Faded Brooch.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty common for Sven to throw out the Storm Bolt just to make his jungling a small bit faster, right? It's all,
they're diving the Zeus. That's the Ancient Seal. The amp damage comes in, helping Leo Style close the gap, finish off that kill. And this is what we're afraid of, right? Thunder Predator, again, having a very early pace in this game. And MJZ is just able to sit top and get levels on the Leshrac. You were talking about this exact scenario, Neph.
Yeah, and this is the issue with the Zeus, right? I mean, yes, it's an excellent hero. Yes, it solves your damage problem, but Leo Style is always going to be getting on top of you in these team fights. And even before the team fights start, I mean, you try to farm out the mid lane, he's going to run you down. And you can't really send resource to protect you, protect him, because those resources need to go the way of Faceless Void, but you do end up dropping on Sladen. Second find there with the Thunder God's Wrath.
Yeah, in comes Leo Style though. He's trying to burst down Benny. He's forced to chrono and disengage. I don't think I don't think they're going to continue chasing here. But you also lose MJZ top. A nice dive from Hayne that might have been in the arena. Nope, not even necessary. Just enough damage.
That is the Spear of Mars coming out after the Thunder God's Wrath did the majority of it. And because you don't have much armor right now, all it takes is the Spear and the God's Rebuke to blow that guy up.
Sladen's going to go for the D ward here, most likely. No, doesn't check the high ground. But he does see the Zeus.
Radiant's middle tower is under
sir. I don't think you put your remnant close enough. He's like, okay, I'll go get it. Whoa. Hayne goes down?
Hayne does indeed go down, just thinking that he can play a little bit further up than he actually can. I mean, like we were saying, this is a pause fight Leshrac, but this guy can pump out a lot of damage. Speaking of damage...
Oh, Splitter off the mark, but the slows coming in from the Lightning Storm. Able to finish off. The God Strength was popped, but he's going to use it to help finish up some Ancient Creeps, clear more of the jungle, clear top waves. Like, he's getting really farmed very fast.
Yeah. This is economic damage right here. You're farming up the enemy team's triangle. And look, here we are again. Back line. Just running at you here. You're under the tier 2 tower, but it doesn't matter. Even with the extra 5 armor, Leo Style brings you down. He's got so much movement speed thanks to his Faded Brooch as well. And this is only going to get worse. The guy, he's going for an Orchid first item. Bottom lane.
Triple time dilation bottom actually makes Skywrath Mage a relatively slow hero. Who would have guessed? They're going to go ahead and dive the Slardar. They did get the Corrosive Haze debuff, and Io ends up finishing off with those overcharge attack speed. Wow, okay. 0 attack point. Very cool.
tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's turn my eyes over here.
Came back mid. Some rotations coming over, but Leo Style, he's got plenty of mana to work with. First Astral Step plus the Resonant Pulse, but doesn't want to go too far. A little bit afraid here. MJZ on the backside. This is just your support. Leshrac, a ward immediately popped there thanks to that Thunderbolt from Mini.
Yep, a nice find. But yeah, Leo Style forced to disengage there afterwards. The IO tethered up to Mini there and had the Sal pop on himself.
MJZ's trying to trade with Hane, but you're by yourself, sir, and with the help of Ma, they're going to find the kill.
Yeah, I don't know what that one's all about. Giving up these kills are actually worth quite a bit of gold. You need to be a bit more careful in this on MJZ. Like, you're playing the pause 5, sure, but you could have been farming as a top lane during that, rather than invading the triangle.
Whoa, boy, that's a quick burst there. 2 points in Ancient Seal now, 4% or 35% increased magic damage, and the 4-second stun. Allows him to make quick work of a lot of heroes.
The way of dealing with this on Jaguares is just to stand further back. Zeus, who went first item Aetherlands after getting his keen optic, but I don't know, you'll be able to stand kind of far back for now, but I think Leo Style is still going to be able to get on top of you. Always seems to find a way. Here he goes again.
They're going to be able to get him with the Silence. The Astral steps in. He just gets bursted before even any other spell is committed. Now they're looking for the Sven. They did go ahead and Chrono. Spear comes out. They will be able to finish off MNZ on that Sven, the big boy. Top net worth here from Thunder Predator. So a nice kill. Some good experience going their way for sure.
Yeah.
But it's you lost the Zeus still.
You did still lose the Zeus. You lost the IO at the start of that team fight. End up being... These fight recaps are weird. It's counting as a 4-for-1 trade on my screen, which definitely was not the case. So I'm going to ignore that one completely. Just make up some numbers. It sounded, it looked like a 200 net worth swing. Approximately Zeta XP.
Yeah, I don't think there was much there, honestly, as far as XP. I thought it would be more, but... Ooh, he went for 12 damage on the Faceless Void as opposed to the 8 strength.
Sacred there was actually leaving the tower alive for just a second to make sure the range creep wouldn't snag that last hit on it for him. I was confused why he was walking back and forth in front of the tower. That's efficiency wasted if you don't get that tower last hit.
Oh, yeah. You call it the small play police, right? Like, you can't mess those.
You hear the sirens in the distance, the small play police.
They're on the way, man. I'm gonna lock you up.
Twitch chat.
You think Gremlo's been chained? No. Benny time walks aggressively over the wall. Leo Style is here with the rest of the boys. They're gonna try and get down on this Faceless Void, but oh my goodness, the damage. It's just a huge rotation from Thunder Predator. They get 4. You lose MNZ mid lane though. The Mars Arena combined with the Zeus is a lot of magic damage. So they do trade 2 for 1, but it's still a big win for Thunder Predator at the end of the day.
Yeah, and right now you're just biding your time. You're trying to play a little bit more aggressive just so Zeus and Faceless Void don't get lots of farm. But once you have the BKB on Sven, he's able to hit the towers with his God's Strength. The game becomes quite easy. Leo Style as well, which it's interesting that he opted to go for the Yule Scepter away from... the Orchid, which I think you touched on earlier, but I missed it.
I kind of like the Yule Scepter here because you can just get the Aghanim Scepter, which at this point is probably better than the Orchid.
Yeah.
And the AoE Silence not only catching the Zeus, but, you know, Faceless Void, Io, you know, all these heroes, they're big spellcasters. Like, all of the damage on Jaguares is going to come from spells. So if Leo Style can just sit on top of the Zeus or a +1, there's nowhere that there's like no real game plan, I guess, for Jaguares at that point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Is it another Ricky emote that you have? I didn't realize
I
got that.
Yeah, that's the blind emote for Jerry every time he misses a kill.
Oh, we got a Jerry emote. Did you just come out with that one?
No, I mean, that one's been around for a couple months now. That's a good one, you know, because he's our production, our observer, and every once in a while he misses an emote, so you got to hit him with that Ricky blind.
Yes. Unpaid intern as well. Ooh. Pain?
I mean, this is a good initiation in the top lane, but they're just going to TP everyone into Void Spirit. However, he barely gets to distillate up. They whiff the Chrono too. Oh, this is a disaster for Jaguares. This fight has to go well. MJZ, this is a 5-position Leshrac, zoning them out completely. They're going to relocate out. In comes Sacred. Nice blink stop. They catch the Zeus. Oh my gosh. This was an absolute worst case scenario. The Sven isn't even here. He's not even in this fight. Oh, they did catch Hane. They saw him with the illusion. MNZ, he's going to close the gap. Gets right on top of him. A nice spear, but they grab him with that corrosive haze, and it's ended up being a 4-for-1.
Yeah, Leo Style is absolutely destroying their mental. Ended up dodging that spear. They whipped the Chrono trying to get him as well. They just can't get their hands on this man. He's too evasive. Leo Style 7-0-5, playing out of his mind this game.
Now you get Roshan because you have, Slardar. Very easy.
And after this, tier 2 neutral items are going to be up. So they'll find themselves those, and I think they'll just start running at the heroes on Jaguares again. And they have such little tools in order to deal with them. I mean, Zeus right now has the same issue that you see a lot of the time from a Drow Ranger, right? Just run at him on the back line because all the damage is going to come out from Mini here. It's going to go unpunished if you chase him.
Yeah, this is I'm starting to get more and more worried here for Jaguares because, again, we're in a similar scenario where Thunder Predator have taken all your outer towers, or tier 1s rather, not tier 2s, but you're kind of just losing your ability to play on the map. And every time they see someone, I mean, they can get a kill. The top damage in that last fight was MJZ on this Leshrac.
Benny. Yeah, there's just when your position 5 pumps out that kind of damage, you are in trouble on the other team.
He just throws his body at the enemies. He doesn't care.
I was actually expecting him to farm a little bit more on the Lesh, to be honest with you. He had the opportunity early when Sven transitioned to the jungle, but I think he was just trying to play position 4 a little bit too hard, saying, hey, I don't want to be stealing Sladen's Thunder here. If anyone's going to be farming like an uncontested area of the map, it should be the 4, not the 5. Which, in my opinion, is a bit of an outdated way of playing Dota.
Yeah. And there's your BKB Sven. Leosaw has a DD rune mid, looking for Mars. The Astral Step damage is a ton. He's dead. First hero down. They're going to continue chase. The Zeus on the backside just completely silenced up, being controlled by Slardar and this Skywrath Mage. And now Ma pulled back in by another Aether Remnant. They're able to take down 3 just with ease. I mean, you have a blink on the Skywrath Mage.
Yeah.
He just follows Slardar around, and they just look for anyone.
Well, they follow Slardar, he jumps onto somebody, and he drops that Arcane Seal. I mean, that's got to be the way to do this. The Mantis style is complete on the Faceless Void, but Zeus, he's got nothing to be able to defend from this one. Just a Blink Dagger and Aether Lens himself. So you get on top of Zeus, which shouldn't be that hard. You just pop that instant concussive shot while you're on top of him, disable his Blink Dagger, hit with the Ancient Seal after. He'll take all the magic damage in the world. Leo style will be able to blow him up. Is this the eggs coming in for Leo, by the way? What's he got?
Yeah, it is.
That is a complete egg in him scepter. That's how you roll when you're Leo style 8-0-6. No buying parts for him. Nah, he buys the whole thing at once. Pays with cash.
Yep. No doubt. Just. Oh, what do you get there? Oh, Essence Ring. Okay, nice. More mana regen for him. But yeah, as you said, the Aghanim Scepter, an incredible item on this hero. We pointed out earlier just how much work that AoE silence is going to do. They will spear down the Slardar. They're going to be able to walk right up under the high ground here. In comes Leo style. Once again, the chain stuns. The silence is void. Just blown apart. The relocate doesn't even come out in time, and now they're going to be able to chase down Hane. The Yule set up into just the entire team. They don't even bother committing the split earth for some reason. MJZ entirely confident that he's not going to die. Definitely calculated.
Yeah, standing his ground. They're impressive. And Leo style, he'll just keep running forward. He wants to find Zeus. Unfortunately, sitting all the way back in the base. This Kenopping and Aether Lens will make it fairly easy for them to defend high ground.
He does have BKB on the Sven. We know he'd pick one up early for sure this game, so that's pretty expected. That Blink Crush is dodged out, however, by Mini. Nicely played by him. First or second tier 2 is going to fall. By the way, I'm not sure if we didn't pull attention to this, but they did take the bottom outpost before the 20-minute mark, thanks to MJZ taking the bottom tier 2. So they don't get the XP bounty on Jaguares. They're just getting further and further behind.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right about one. Just 350 XP going the way of Thunder Predator. 14k net worth. I mean, it's become a disaster in the last several minutes here. Everything going their way. I imagine they could play a little bit slower until the next Roshan, but the only reason for that is if they're afraid of the Zeus. If they can somehow get a kill onto Mini, then they don't have to wait. But fighting into Zeus high ground is incredibly difficult, right?
Yeah, it really is. It is. I mean, that's the thing is like I don't know what you. I don't know. Like you're just in this scenario where it feels impossible.
You lost for words at how the hell Jaguares get back in this. You know, I've seen games like this one turned around before, thanks to just the Chronosphere arena and tons of damage coming out from the Zeus. But usually Zeus is a little bit further ahead in this and has himself like an Aghanim Scepter. And
I'm actually not sold on the build now coming in from MNZ. He went for a Basher and then is queuing up a Blink Dagger, which is definitely not the way to play this.
I guess he sees the Blink Dagger on Zeus and he's just worried about his own Aghanim Scepter being disjointed and him being thrown really far out of position. That's what he's thinking probably.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm not blinking on Zeus. I just let Void Spirit +1 deal with him and you just kill the IO and stuff.
I think he's worried about the damage is all going to come out from Zeus, so he'll go Blink Dagger then Abyssal Blade on his Sven.
Yeah.
And just gap that like 2,000 distance and try to blow the Zeus up during his BKB duration.
And boy, is it easy to do that when you have the God Strength.
Yep. So I think that's what he's going for here on MNZ. If you get on top of the Zeus, he won't be able to do anything.
They see Sacred. He's going to get telekinesis up. Chrono on the backside does catch two. Can they get the kill here? Stormhammer on the mark. Faceless Void pre-Manta style. They get nothing. They turn the fight around with ease here on the side of Thunder Predator. They just call the GG. I mean, that was the best possible scenario, right? You get a decent start, and then you're still dead on everyone.
All you need to do was find that one fight outside the base, and that's exactly what they did. Incredibly quick series. First game, 18 minutes, 10 seconds. Second game, 23 minutes, 6 seconds. Thunder Predator, they're not joking around today. They're looking to secure their spot in the upper bracket.
So we're going to have to do some quick maths here and figure out exactly where these teams go. Now, obviously, Leo Style, an incredible performance today. 2 games in a row, 11-0 and 9. But honestly, this was just 2 great drafts from Thunder Predator in my eyes. Like they pretty much rounded them out perfect. Jaguares just not prepared to deal with them.
Okay, so this puts them at 4-1 and 2, which I think is valued slightly over 4 Zoomers and Sad Boys.
So if Thunder Predator gets the 2-0, to my knowledge, Thunder Predator goes to second.
Yes, I think Beast Coast will still be standing over them at the overall record of 10-4 at 4 wins, 2 ties, 1 loss. But yeah, this puts them in second place, but I believe the next match has the potential of changing that too. It'll put Team Brazil also at 9-5, who I think took the 2-0 against Thunder Predator a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they no. Thunder Predator got the 2-0 against Team Brazil. So we got a few things. We'll crunch the numbers here between the series. We've got one more coming up, everyone, and you definitely want to stay tuned for that. It's going to be Team Brazil versus 5-Man Midas. Again, both these games having implications on the standings here to finish it out. Beast Coast, the only team who's currently locked in their seed at number 1 coming out of the group stage. Everyone else, these last 2 games will matter. So we'll be coming back after just a short break into our second and final series of the day and the final series of the group stage here on the BTS Pro Series Season 4 Americas. We'll see you in just a moment, everyone.